Hey guys, Peyton Snakeback here again for another DVD and Blu-ray update for you guys. It's been about a month, I know, since my last one. I think this is probably the first one of 2024. I can't remember. But I'm sorry it's been a month. But I know it's been that long. This is how much I've only was able to watch. Because I have like a different work schedule. I'm doing like a lot of overtime stuff, and just not having time to getting to watch movies. So, um, but I try my best. I got 6 movies, 4 Blu-rays, and 2 DVDs, and all of them are pretty much keepers. Pretty much. Let's go ahead and get started, shall we? So, the first one here I got. This is one I actually had for a while now. But it was South Park: The Streaming Wars here on Blu-ray, and this is basically the Paramount Plus special that because Matt Stone and Trey Parker, their South Park shows are starting to come on up. That Paramount Plus is like specials. I think that they got licensed to do at least 9 more. Um, but this was them doing this. I forgot what it was already. See, it's been a while. It was basically like a war that was happening, and Man Bear Pig comes back, and the guy from the water park comes back, and this crazy mess happens, and it's pretty much what it is. The Cartman character, Cartman ends up getting a fake breast. And they're making all these like these wooden popsicle stick boats. Um, I've always been a big fan of South Park. South Park is just like the jam, and it still is to this day. It's crazy how it's still on, and it's still got its popularity after all these years. But of course, this one has like the 2 specials, the Streaming Wars and the Streaming Wars Part 2. But that is South Park: The Streaming Wars here on Blu-ray. This next one right here, I actually watched this a few weeks ago, and I've been interested. I've been looking up a lot, like what are more like found footage movies I could check out, and this one was kind of interesting. Because of course a lot of people think the Blair Witch Project was the very first found footage movie. Well, actually, I double checked, and supposedly, as far as I know, this movie, however, is supposed to be the very first one. This is 10 years before the Blair Witch Project. This actually came out in 1989, and it was all right. It was very low budget though. You could definitely tell, but it was the McPherson tapes here on Blu-ray. This company has put this out. Age Agfa Entertainment, I think it's the company, but I think it was originally called Alien Abduction, or let me see, I think UFO Abduction, and it's basically a home movie of this little girl who's having a birthday party, and aliens come to their home, and I will say though, it was actually really really amazing. You could definitely tell because how like it was showing like all the aliens, and the movie was sort of like disappointment. I mean, I definitely think they could have done more with this movie, but of course, I they were trying to make it look real, of course. But the way, because of course, it shows the aliens in this movie. You could definitely tell it was definitely like someone in a costume though, but it was actually really worth watching for like a found footage movie. It's definitely not one of the best ones, of course. Actually, I do like Blair Witch a little bit better than this, to be honest. But it's really not that bad though. But it's crazy because not this movie. Because the Blair Witch, because it's talked about more. Because I think that got more of a promotion than this movie did. So, because I think from what I've read when it comes to this one, like they filmed it. It was home video shot, so it was like filmed like an old beta kind of like videotape, and I think one of most of the tapes, or I guess the copies, got missing or something in a fire, and they were only able to find one, and this was supposed to be the only one that they were able to track down. So that, from what I've heard, But yeah, that is the McPherson tapes here on the Blu-ray. Again, not the best, but you know, there's some cool sequences about this movie I do kind of like. They definitely could have gone further with it though. But the next one here is the Jaws 3 movie collection here on Blu-ray. This one, of course, is the doesn't have part one. It has the sequels. It has Jaws 2, Jaws 3, and Jaws the Revenge. Of course, you know, each one is on its own Blu-ray disc, and you know, I love the first Jaws. I do like the second one. Third one was alright. I know part 4, Jaws the Revenge, it gets a lot of bad reviews. It was actually the very first time I've ever watched Jaws 4, because I never actually, you know, was able to watch it. Never got to see it until now, and I honestly thought it was one of the best ones in the series. It was very different. It was mainly about but I think the fourth one took place in the Bahamas. It was mainly about the one kid ends up dying, I think, from a shark attack, and you know the family is kind of like going on this like vacation to the Bahamas to like to get their minds off of everything, and you know, I thought it was probably one of the best ones in the series in my opinion. Yeah, that is Jaws, the 3 movie collection on Blu-ray. This last one on Blu-ray, I just got done watching. But spoiler alert, I pre-ordered Eli Roth's autograph from Streamly, so you'll probably see me unbox that in about a month. So, I've been wanting to watch a lot of his movies lately, and of course, after seeing, you know, the Thanksgiving movie, this was actually the only Eli Roth movie I never saw. And I just got done watching it just a few moments ago. It's definitely not one of the best ones, but I still like it. It's supposed to be a remake to the movie, I think it's called Death Game, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a movie here called Knock Knock on Blu-ray. And I will say, though, you know, Keanu Reeves is the star of the movie. It was a very different kind of movie for him because, you know, Eli Roth is mainly known for, like, of course, you know, Bill and Ted. You know, he's kind of like more of like an action movie kind of like person you would see. And so to see him in a horror movie, I don't know if he's done any more horror in the past or, you know, or since then or before this. I don't even know if he's done any other horror, but it was very, very different role for him. But it was mainly him, I think, and it was his birthday that day, and his family, his wife and kids, they go on this like, they go out of town, but he stays at the house, and these women come in, and it's a rainy night, and they're trying to find this party, and they can't find it, and you know their phone got ruined, and he offers to help them, but then that becomes one of the biggest mistakes he's ever made, because then these like girls are trying to like flirt with him, and he's like, well, you know, I can't, you know, I'm happily married, I'm not interested, and you know, and these girls are like egging him on, kind of like having him do all this like crazy shit. But it was definitely worth watching. Yeah, but that is Knock Knock here on Blu-ray. All right, now on to the DVDs. So I did finally watch. So we got the fourth and final season of Gullah Island here on DVD, and of course, once again, it is a burn on demand, so it's kind of like bootlegish on the back. Now this was a show I always grew up with back in the day. You know, I never really watched it that much. It was always Blue's Clues. But you know, it's definitely got like some great episodes. I just remember watching. You know, one of the episodes was like the Christmas episode. One of them was the Barrel of Laughs when they're being silly. You know, it's got some great moments. Sometimes some of the songs that they were singing in the show, honestly, I was kind of jamming into it a little bit, you know, because it's a show I'm really glad that is also on, you know, Paramount Plus, because you know, that's what I like about Paramount Plus. You know, they have some great classic shows, stuff like this that not many people would talk about anymore. So it's really cool to see the show on Paramount Plus. It's also really cool too that they were able to put all the seasons out on DVD like this. But you know, it's just always been a great show to me. If you haven't seen this, it's mainly, you know, about this you know, it's this family, and you know, they go, and these kids, they go on these adventures, and there's like this frog named Binya Binya Pollywog, and well, he's not really a frog. He's Pollywog, baby frog. Um, but yeah, but definitely a great show. I mean, it brings back a lot of memories. I remember, of course, when after when the show ended, I think it was Nick Jr. Noggin, I think it was called. They were still like putting runs on, but only like 4 in the morning. I would actually get up early in 4 in the morning just to watch the show. So really fun memories. The last one here, this one I actually watched last night, and I will say though, it is from the producers of Air Bud, and I love the Air Bud, or at least the first 6 movies. But especially the first one. That's just like nostalgic to me. This was actually the producers of Air Bud. This movie, in a sort of a way, actually felt like an Air Bud movie. This is actually something I got at Dollar Tree a while back, but it's called CHESTNUT, Hero of Central Park, here on DVD, and it has Abigail Breslin, who she was very little in this one. Who else was in it? The other little girl. Well, it's mainly her and her sister. They're at this orphanage and they end up getting adopted, before they end up getting adopted. I'm sorry, adopted. I'm getting tired. I'm sorry, but when they get adopted, they see this. They find this puppy and they want to raise it. And the people that they get adopted by. One of the adopted father. He's very allergic to animals, and it's them trying to hide it. And these robbers are trying to break into to these museums and everything. Barry Bostwick is in it, playing kind of like the tight ass kind of like manager for the apartment complex. But the other little girl, I think she was in the first Saw movie, if I'm not mistaken. But that is CHESTNUT Home of Hero of Central Park on DVD. Really cool little dog flick right here. But that is it for this DVD and Blu-ray update. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. I know I wanted to get this done and over because I wanted to at least give you like an update for you guys. It's been a while, but I'm getting pretty tired. So I wanted to get this done though. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.